So uncivilized.
Hey, what's going on, scoundrels? Good evening, good Friday evening. We're actually off our usual time tonight, and we're hella late, so thank you for bearing with us tonight. Happy Friday night, y'all. What's going on? Welcome to Uncivilized Scoundrels, episode 25, guys. We hit a milestone for 25 episodes, bro. That's that's a beautiful thing, man. So I'm your host, Mario, aka El Profesoro. With me tonight, we got pretty much half the crew here. We got number 2, we got number 5. Going back to number 2, we got, along with my co-host here, Lael, 1/6 scale, man. Bro, how you doing tonight, bro?
I'm doing cool. I'm actually the, like those, what do they call them? Is it the Titantron? Not the Titantrons, like the outside displays, like when they're blinking, like they're glowing, like it's blinking on and off. So it's episode 25, I'm just 2-5.
5.
Two,
Oh, I got you. 2-5. 2-5. All right.
Not good, man. I mean, it's been a good day. We got some a lot to really chat about. I got some footage that everybody's been waiting to see, so I'm going to set it up. And now I'm just playing.
Bro, don't play this. Don't tease us like that, man. We got everybody all excited about some new footage, and now you're just gonna pull it off from under us, man.
It's the new running joke of 2022. Like, we've been running with Vinny's room. We got to switch
Running joke.
Now, running joke, straight up. But nah, man, I've been doing good, man. Like, the day's been a good day. It's been a pretty decent day. Got a lot done.
Nice.
But I'm here to talk Star Wars, bro. That's what we're here for. Straight up, let's go.
Oh yeah, no doubt, man, no doubt. Vinny, we also got Vincent Dunart. Vinny, how's it going tonight, brother? Happy Friday, man.
Thank you, brother. Happy to be here. Today was a fun day. I got a drought going on, so I was off a little bit early today, and got to be able to be productive with that time off. I ran to the printers and got some new prints going on.
All right.
I have a signing at a local comic book shop here, right outside of Harrisburg, in Palmyra, Pennsylvania. So if
Nice.
you're in the area, come check it out. If you're not in the area, make a day trip out of it. Go visit Hershey Park after or before. So I'll be there signing from 12 to 4. So I ran over to the printers today, get some prints ready, and restock up on some prints. And I'll be there drawing and signing tomorrow. So that should be fun. Otherwise, I'm off this weekend, so I'm happy.
Nice, man. It's gonna be nice to get rested, dude. But that's what's up, bro.
Yes, indeed, man.
So,
the summer has been hectic, so this is a nice little eye of the storm before it gets busy again. So I'm enjoying it for sure, man. How have you been, man?
Doing good, bro. Just been busy with just life in general, and man, it just feels like a minute since we haven't done Scoundrels, y'all. So, I mean, at least I'm happy the two of you guys, can show up, man, so we can at least put on the show for everybody out there tonight.
Hell yeah,
so,
let's go.
So yeah, let's check in with the chat real quick, man. I know we're extremely late, guys. Thank you for bearing with us again. As Lane says, deeply delayed or slightly delayed, but never late. Professor and Magic Beard are always where they are supposed to be whenever they're supposed to be there. Exactly, Magic man. Beard. You know how it go.
Wait, which one of y'all are Magic Beard?
Mario.
I'm gonna say that's you, bro. I mean, he mentioned he said El Professor and Magic Beard.
He might be talking about
Magic. That means it's
I don't know. Maybe. Let us know, Lane. Let us know. I think Leo's got a more magical beard.
No, that's you, man. He's talking about you and your beard as a separate.
Me and my beard as a separate entity.
Your beard is a character. Your beard is its own character. Yeah.
Your beard files its own taxes separately.
Yeah. Right.
Oh yeah. Mark P's in the house. What's going on with you, Mark? AJ Russo, what's going on, buddy? Good to see you, man.
Yeah, what's going on, man?
OAF Skywalker, hello. Lane says, looked like Leo was frozen for a second. Nah, he's at the Carbonite block, man. He's in fully animated, man. Yo, Mark Pearson, what's going on, brother? Thanks for coming through, man. Happy Friday to you, man. RMD Collectives in the house. We got Insane One. We've got Single Songwriters in the house, episode 25. Yes, sir. The Collector number 1. What up? Hope everyone's doing great. We are, man. We are talking Star Wars on a Friday night, man. It's always going to be a good time. My man Calvin Williams, dude's a second. What's going on, bro?
Calvin
Yo,
Williams.
shout out to Calvin, man. He just celebrated his anniversary with his wife, man.
Yes,
they had,
he did.
went out, had a nice dinner last night, man. And
Yeah.
good to see you here, bro. Hope you guys had fun last night.
Definitely.
Rance Talentino in the house. Going on,
bro, man. How you doing,
Vinny.
man?
My guy.
Yo, artist extraordinaire, man, with that Jen Urso print, dude. And
oh my
what he
God,
just did with
bro.
the little puppy, man.
Yes, can't wait.
We got Mark P in the building. Commander Green.
We got
What's up,
H
bro?
Green in the building.
H
Mate
Green's in
Green,
the house.
your speeder is on its way.
Oh, was he the lucky one?
Yeah, he was the lucky
All
winner.
right.
He's the one who won the
Nice.
phrase Snow Speeder from Jazz Inc. It is on its way, bro.
Yo, hell yeah, bro. That's what's up, man. Congrats, brother. Congrats, man. Good for Health is in the house tonight. Femme Fatale Fett. What's going on, girl?
Patel Fett, aka
That's right.
what is it?
Mandalorian
Mandalorian
Huntress.
Huntress, as always.
What's up?
6 scale
Welcome.
Mafia Huntress, man, if
Welcome.
anything. That's what she really is. Well, I mean, El Profesor and Leel, but El Profesor was the closest that we get to the Gandalf beard in the crew tonight. So, plus he
There you
does
go.
hang out in the Magic Kingdom. I do, man. Speaking of Magic Kingdom, I just renewed my pass, man. So that's pretty cool. I'm excited about that, man. Got another year at Disney ahead of me, man. So yeah, I'm all excited about that. But guys, you know what? After a couple weeks off, I think there's not that much news going on right now, man. I just picked out a few things, and one of them actually happened, last night. So Vinny, bear with us. We're going to talk about a couple of hot toys real quick, or a single hot toy real quick. So first up, we've got the Grand Inquisitor that showed up. This dropped on Sideshow, man, for $260, dude. I think the price is perfect, man. I picked it up. I called it last night, man, on LWO, bro. $260, and boom, we got it.
Yes, we did. Perfect.
Man, I think the sculpt came out incredible, man. The likeness is
Just
there,
liking it.
100%. Right.
Yeah.
I'm looking at looking at
the fines, bro.
Exactly.
It looks just
Looking
like it.
right at him, man. It looks like it's show still.
Yep.
I'm cool with the expression. I know some collectors mentioned that there's like a dead expression on his face, but I'm cool with it, man.
Kind of
Yeah.
had a
The
dead expression on the show.
Well, yeah, he was dead for a
So,
minute too,
it's
man.
befitting. Looks like
Yeah, right.
Yeah, the tailoring looks great. The outfit looks great, man. I think everything appears to be on point. And here we got a teaser, actually, a Riva that actually dropped last night. And,
bro.
yeah, so this was exciting to see. And then in this next slide,
Yeah,
we've got
bro.
Riva right there. And
Yeah, bro. I can't wait, man.
Yo, so I saw this yesterday, man, and my first reaction again when we first saw Vader with the Inquisitor, I thought we were looking at a still from the show. Looking at Riva, I'm getting the same thing, man. I thought it was a still, and then I saw the seam in the back of her head.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, yeah, but it looks just like her, dude. They nailed the likeness.
Does.
I think the expression on her face, man, is on point, dude.
It's
the braids in her hair,
Mhm.
she looks. That's Moses Ingram, man.
That's Moses Ingram, bro.
Is this the first black female hot toy?
Nah,
No, it's
they did,
not. It's the
They did
first.
Shuri. I think Shuri was one of the
Shuri.
first ones, right?
Okay.
They did Shuri. You can sort of count. So they did Shuri. You can sort of count Gamora as the first Latino half black, character. As far as a female version. But
But damn,
as
there's not many,
as far
huh?
as in the Star Wars universe,
Yeah,
Moses Ingram is the first.
that's what's
Like,
up.
she's definitely the first.
Oh yeah, man.
First black female.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's great to see her actually finally come out. I knew she was coming, dude. I mean, just considering that we saw her with all the advertisements and
You called it.
everything.
You called
We
it.
saw
You called it.
Hasbro was putting her out there, man. So I'm like, come on,
Yeah.
man. Y'all know Hot Toys is gonna do it.
You called it. You did. Because I doubted it. I mean, I didn't doubt it, but I was sort of like skeptical about it. But you called it. So I got to give credit where credit is due. When Hot Toys delivers, they deliver. This piece right here. And I know there was a few people saying that it wasn't for them, but it's for me. Like literally, to get a Grand Inquisitor, to actually have Riva, again. And the thing is because there was a shot from the what was it from what's the magazine? What is it? Esquire? No, not Esquire. What is it called? Empire.
Empire magazine.
There was a shot in Empire magazine where she was standing next to Vader.
Mm-hmm.
And I
Mm-hmm.
love that shot, bro. It was incredible. So I was like, if I can recreate something like that, and the thing is, we should have known. I should have never doubted because we should have actually known. Uh, especially getting Vader with with her sabers, with the split version of her sabers.
Yeah.
We should have known that we were going to do it. We were going to get it. So yeah, definitely excited about it. But I mean, even with this, with the Grand Inquisitor, bro, I'm super duper excited about it, bro. Like, I mean, if come on, man, it's Star Wars, bro. Like, if the more Star Wars
Exactly.
we get, the better off we are, man. It's always a great day.
CJ Fools in the house. What's going on, man? Let's catching up on the chat real quick. Mark Pearson says the price is perfect.
Yeah,
If
it
this
is.
character wasn't lame, bro. Look it. Mark. I'm there with you, man. I wasn't. I don't think like he was exactly 100% lame. I think I was a bit disappointed,
Mhm.
with the character itself. But the fact that they killed him off in the second episode. I'm gonna go on full spoilers, y'all. It's been a minute. They killed him off in the second episode, and then we see him resurrected again later on. I'm like,
Yeah,
I think that's what kind of like got my feathers a little bit twisted when I saw him actually come back. But
yeah,
I was hoping that they would just leave him dead, man. But ain't no one dead
yeah,
in Star Wars, man. Everybody always comes back, bro. But yeah,
yeah.
Mark, I feel you, bro. I feel you, Mark. CJ
Definitely.
Fools, I can't decide if this is spot on, or it's easier to look spot on when the face paint is involved.
Mhm.
All right.
Qui-Gon's the only one who stays dead from a stomach wound.
Apparently, dude, right? Lane says, "Yeah, I'm sorry, but I dislike the Riva character so much in this show, and I won't be getting to figure." Hey, man,
Hey, that's fine.
That's all you, dude. I
That's
mean,
fine.
Lane, I commend you, bro, for saying your piece and keeping it civil, bro. And
Yeah,
everybody, please,
definitely.
out there, man.
Definitely.
Your opinion is welcome, man. Just constructive criticism is always welcome, man. Just keep it civil. Just keep
Mhm.
everything civil. Paul
Yeah.
Shriver's in the house. What's up, Paul?
Yeah, definitely, it's not going to be for everybody, bro. We know that it's not going to be a figure for
Yeah.
everybody. It was divisive in the community when it came to the character. So we already knew that. I mean, for me,
Hmm.
I quite enjoyed her portrayal. I mean, she did the best that she could out of what was written and what was given to her. So I definitely don't blame her. I mean, and I hope to see. I hope there's redeeming qualities from that character. Coming soon. I hope there's something else that they show. This right here, it's funny because, bro, we look at this figure and it's like, damn, you're showing all these action sequences with this figure. He didn't do none of this shit on screen.
Mm-mm.
You know what I mean? He didn't do
Mm-mm.
none of this at all. So it's like, you know what I mean? I'm hoping this is a sign of what's to come. But
They said if
I
you
wonder
want
if
to
there's
see him in
some
action sequences, make your own.
Mhm.
That's what I was gonna say, man. I wonder if some collectors will actually remove the cape and kind of modify this a little bit to make it look like the one that we got from Rebels.
Yeah,
Because he did a lot more stuff like this actually in
yeah,
Rebels.
yeah.
You
A
know,
lot more Rebels.
he was more dynamic. His character was more
Yeah.
fleshed out in the show. But
Mhm.
it looks
Yeah.
dope. The figure looks great, man.
Yeah, I like it,
You
bro.
know,
I like it.
yeah.
Definitely like
Did,
it.
did you order it?
Come on, man.
No. Yeah, this all don't need to, man.
Yeah.
Again, like we always say, bro. There's no need to pre-order. Most
There's
of this
no need
stuff.
to pre-order it right now. You could just wait. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
once it's available, it's available. But I mean, once it's closer to the time, I'll probably do it. But for right now,
Yeah.
but I know I'm going to get it. I mean, it's definitely
Right.
something
Right.
I'm going to get. So I'm not. I mean that head sculpt looks, bro. It's like him. That's him. That's
Mm-hmm.
now not the animated version that I'm used to, but it is him. You know what I mean? It's the person that we see
Exactly.
as far as from the movie itself. I mean, from the show itself. And I like the simple fact that they didn't make this like an exclusive or
Yeah.
a special edition. They gave us. We still get the Vader.
The hologram here.
Hologram, post. So yeah, we actually get that. So yeah, it's good, man. And again, I love that we're getting the LED USB saber. So I love
Mhm.
that. So yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
And that's the thing. We a lot of times we see some of these holograms as like exclusive pieces. So it's kind of surprising that they didn't like put that behind an exclusive wall. But
Mhm.
I'm appreciative that they didn't.
Yeah.
So we got options out there. If y'all want to go out and pre-order it, there's other options from instead of sideshows. So it's always nice to have those options, man.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
as single songwriter points out that it's USB for 260 is great. And that's another thing too, man. USB powered lightsaber outside of the DX line, man. So I'm excited to actually see that come to more figures, going
Yeah,
forward.
yeah,
I saw someone mention, I think it was on one of your on your stream in the corner, where it would be nice if they actually developed like a pack of USB lightsabers that
yeah.
they would just sell
Lightsabers,
separately for all the
exactly.
past figures that they've already sold. Man, that
Yeah,
that would be
true.
nice to see. I would love if they
Yeah,
did that, but
yeah.
I actually don't see them doing that.
Yeah, they
Anytime
probably
soon.
won't waste it. They're probably like cleaning the slate and just said moving forward, this is how it would actually
Yeah,
be. I'm especially glad that they're doing that with Vader finally. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Because you know how
hmm
hard it was to take that arm off if you tried to do it. Like that Vader in Kylo Ren was one of the reasons why I stopped doing that. I was like, I'm never doing it
hmm
again. You know what I
dude.
mean?
It wasn't. Y'all wanna y'all wanna trip on something else. If you had the original Vader, the first one that came out, this one had electronics and a sound speaker in it, and to get to the on and off switch and to install the batteries, you had to remove the entire suit. You had to strip them from the waist up, man. Everything is gone. You undo them from
Wow.
the back. It was such a pain, dude.
Yeah,
And
nah.
then you had to leave it on or off. It wouldn't turn off by itself, man. So
Yeah, no.
yeah, I'm glad.
No.
Yeah, I'm glad they stopped doing that. So I mean, anything USB powered is definitely a welcome upgrade, bro.
Yeah, hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Getting back in the chat, Paul Schreiber says the look of Reva is amazing, but yeah, her character was development was weak. The figure of the Inquisitor looks 10 times better than he looked in the series. Um, yeah, I mean both characters were extremely weak. I think all the Inquisitors were just completely underwhelming in my opinion, man.
Underused.
Again, it was just through the writing of the series, unfortunately.
Yeah, yeah.
It is, it is what it is. Mark Pearson says, yeah, Reva is the least character in the show. The Grand Inquisitor was a CBS manager in the show. Yeah, he was. Isn't it? That's what I love about Mark, man. He just points out those like specific details, bro. Lane says, well, to be honest, the Inquisitors did kind of suck. Yeah, exactly like we just did. But Reva actually did something. All the rest just stood around just looking like jackasses.
It was kind of bizarre not seeing any of the other ones.
Yeah, they didn't do anything.
Yeah.
It was really weird. I was really looking forward to seeing Fifth Brother do something, because
But you know what, though?
If you heard him with like a proper audio setup, his voice just like rumbled. His voice audio was incredible.
Whose voice?
The Fifth
I just
Brother.
knew he was going to be fighting.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah.
But at least we didn't, as much as I wanted to see her, I'm grateful that we didn't see Trilla, just because I didn't want to ask him to possibly ruin the legacy of her character that we've got from Fallen Order.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I still want to see her in live action, man, but I want to see her well written, man, and just
not underused. Yeah,
exactly. Shout out to Riley's reviews, man. Riley's in the house. What's going on, man? Good to see you, bro. Double R. Uncivilized. Let's go. Yeah, no doubt, man. Paul Schreiber, the head sculpt looks good, but it did look worse in the series than he looked in the series. Okay. All right. So yeah, man. Again, 260, man, with the accessories that we have here. I think it's a great price, and yeah, man.
Toy is fun.
Now the secret.
She here?
Pause on that.
She said,
"Here you go, Toy."
She was like, "Tell me out here, you got to strip them." My head.
Her ears just perked up.
Pause.
Shame on you, scoundrels, yo.
Pause for real, yeah.
Toya, we're talking about our dolls, all right?
Yeah.
We're stripping down our dolls. Yeah, man. So again, great price. I'm planning on picking it up later on. Amber May's in the house. What's going on, Amber? Thanks for coming through. Something else cool that came up. Rogue One is coming back to IMAX later on this month. So this is before. I guess they're going to be showing off some more stuff from Andor later on. But this is nice. So this is nice, man. So they're here. They're mentioning that. Coming back to IMAX.
Yeah. So we got to find it. Toya, if you're watching, we have to find this on IMAX. Find the IMAX theater. In York. York is the one we go to. So, find it in York and let's be out. Definitely.
That's right. Yeah, definitely, man. So look, I know we can see this on Disney Plus right now, but I don't care what kind of home system you've got, you're
Yeah.
not gonna beat the experience of going to the theater. I mean, first and foremost, an IMAX. I mean, me
Yeah.
personally, I'm a big fan of the Dolby Theater. Look at that, Latoya. She's on it. Look at her.
Yeah.
She's the
Yeah.
best, man. And like I love the Dolby theaters, man. I would love to see this again in the Dolby Cinema, man, with the big
Yeah.
sound, with the big screen.
Uh-huh.
You know, but IMAX is dope too, man. I mean, out here it's not what it once was. You got to go to like some of the original, theaters to get like the full legit IMAX experience. But the fact that we get to experience this movie again in the theater, man, I'm excited for that, and I want to try to make some time to actually go see it, man. But
Mhm.
Leo, you just said you guys are gonna find a theater to go see it, man. So I just want to know how many times do you plan to see it?
Me probably once. I'll
Just
probably
once, that's
go
all
to
you
this,
need?
yeah. Because the thing is, it's all I need is actually see it on IMAX. Because I think the thing is, Vinny, when we actually saw it in the theater, we didn't get the IMAX at the experience. I mean, we got the IMAX experience at your house, but that's it. We didn't get the actual IMAX, experience, in an actual theater. So to see this in the theater, man, like I said, it's quickly, bro, it eased up to pretty much literally, bro, like it eased up to one of my top 3 films, Star Wars films of all times. You know what I mean? And again, I love Rogue One. Like I literally love this movie, bro. It's the most Star Wars feeling film out of any of the recent Disney iterations I've ever seen. You know what I mean? So that I can connect that to pretty much my New Hope. I can connect that to my Empire. I can connect that to Jedi. I mean, I can connect it to those particular films because of how it feels. And there were so many things that kind of related to those films. And again, it was the first film that we got that kind of gave us a look at different iterations of troopers. You know what I mean? That we were able to kind of say, damn, like I know that, you know what I mean? So definitely I love this movie, man. General, so of course.
It's the first
Man.
non-saga Star Wars film. It's very, very frustrating and disappointing that it's not something that was continued on. They let Solo scare them from continuing to do them, and now we have to count on Disney Plus for that non-saga fix. It's really sad. It's one for one in their opinion, and they give up. That's sucks.
How many times did you guys see it in the theater when it first dropped? I think I saw it probably like about maybe 3 or 4 times in different theaters though.
I only seen it twice. I know Leo's seen it more.
I've seen it about 6 or 7 times.
Yeah. Damn, dude. Nice.
Bro, so much I loved it, bro. I loved
it's
that
an awesome
experience.
Movie, dude.
It was, and the thing is, because I've seen it a couple times with my daughter, because she snapped out of the Vader scene in the theater. She loved it. So yeah, it was a few times we saw it.
The second time I saw this one, we went to a theater in downtown LA, right? This is 4DX. I don't know if you guys ever experienced one of those theaters. So it's basically like the theater set up, regular theater, but the seats actually move. It's like a ride, bro. So like if you're like in the opening shot, when you see the shuttle coming in to go see Galen Erso, your seat is actually kind of like moving, with the shot and kind of gliding. So you kind of feel it, dude. So like whenever there's action scenes going on, you share chase, you share moves. They've got environmental effects. They got light effects, man. It's a really, really crazy ass theater, man. I think I paid like 40X. Yeah, I think it was like 30 something bucks, to go see it, but it was hella dope. It was so much fun. Yeah, man, for the experience, it was hella worth it, bro.
Hell yeah, bro.
But yeah, the first time I saw it was over here at El Capitan over here in Hollywood. That was nice because out there they had a full blown exhibit. Like it's a theater that's owned by Disney, right? They make it all kind of like old school and stuff. But what's cool is that they got different exhibits that you can go actually check out, and they themed it all for Rogue One. So I think if you go downstairs into like the little basement area, they had like all the costumes, all the props, or some of the models and everything. It was nice. That was a really, really, really cool setup to see, man. And that whole experience was great. It's just that El Capitan, if you guys ever been out there, the seats are, I'm a big dude, and those seats are hella tiny, man. So you'll fit in there comfortably, man. You and Vinny will probably fit in there comfortably, man. But me, dude, I was one and done. I'm like, I ain't coming back to this theater. I don't care how nice it is, man. I'm good, man.
Hell yeah. You definitely need comfortable ass seats, man. Like, I think, like, the experience that we had, like, the first time we saw it was in the theater. And I think it was better sound. It was decent sound than when we saw it the first time in the theaters. But then again, you got to pick your spots because I saw it a couple times
Mhm.
and I saw it at one of the theaters across the river. You know what I mean? So it was just kind of getting that or gaining that experience and that feel because, but I'm telling you, it's nothing like seeing it at, Vinny's crib. Now, it's not just basically
Oh,
because I mean, literally, like the experience, the sound quality is incredible, bro. Like the way it is and the way he has his house wired.
like
It's
that,
not
huh?
just that,
Okay.
yeah, bro. But it's just like a cinematic experience. And then we just do this. You have somebody brings snack. Somebody opens the room, snacks. They go back in the room. Bro, it's a experience, bro. I love
You ain't even got to spend $40 for it.
Wow, that's the homie hookup right there, man.
Yeah. I take care of my people.
Dude, I'm gonna come down and say what's up, man. I gotta see what's going on with this theater of yours, bro. That
You
sounds
gotta see it.
No doubt, though,
yeah,
bro.
man.
For real, though, if you're ever on the East Coast, we definitely got to do a screening of something here, and you'll see what I mean. Like we'll throw on
Oh,
Force
dude.
Awakens or Rogue One here, and you will be surprised of what a home theater could do. I'm really proud of it. A lot of the guys always say like you haven't really seen the movie till you've seen it at Vinny's, and that's
Like
it's kind of true.
that.
I love seeing
Man,
the films
okay.
once they come out at home. It's just it's I don't know. It's like home theater technology is catching up and surpassing movie theater technology at least in our area.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
Yeah, no, I've
Yeah.
witnessed some pretty dope home theaters, man. But I mean, still, in my opinion, I think still nothing actually compares, to the big screen and to the big sounds that you would actually get in the
Yeah.
theaters themselves. But I'm sure you can come close,
Yeah,
bro. But
you
I
have
mean,
you have to judge for yourself next time you're through, man. Definitely.
Yeah.
hell yeah,
Yeah.
dude. So
Yeah.
you got like a full fledged like theater room and everything, man. I mean, is it all decked out with like movie posters and seats and
Oh
all
yeah,
that,
no
or
doubt. Absolutely.
Yeah.
yo?
Yeah. It's
Absolutely.
definitely
You
a
gotta
full
sh-
experience, bro.
You gotta like show us around, man. You gotta give us like a little tour of this theater you've
I'll
got,
have to
dude.
do
That's
That'd
the
that.
be
problem. That's the
yeah.
problem. That's the problem.
That's the problem.
You
You
got
can
to
only
sign a
see
waiver.
one. Yeah, you got to sign a waiver. There's only one space that he allows you to basically see. That
Mhm.
room, I've never gotten past the room. You can put milk and chips down by the door, but besides that, never got past the room. But nah, it's like honestly, bro, it's an experience. Like the sound is phenomenal. Like it is. Like it's phenomenal.
Bro, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and I'll get Vinny. I'll get Vinny to do it, man. Just send him some churros from Disneyland, bro.
Yeah, there you go.
He'll hook it up. He'll hook it up, man.
Okay, we got the Booty King in here. We got Docinator in the building. His name is
That's right.
Docinator, aka Booty King, bro.
Booty King, you say. All
Booty
right, what's
King.
up, Doc? What's going on, man? Thanks for coming through, man. Um, dude, another thing too. What's actually kind of interesting is that the fact that, or the possibility, we might get some more Hot Toys Rogue One figures to come out.
He's mouse.
That's the big hole, and probably one of the biggest holes. I mean, we have Andor coming out from the series. I have no doubt of that. But to get Baze, man, to stand right next to Chirrut,
Yeah.
Chirrut right there, Chirrut right there.
Yeah.
Man. They showed him off a long time ago when the movie first came out in one of the Hong Kong exhibits, and he looked great. I just don't know what happened, why they never brought the figure out, but I don't know, man. Here's hoping, dude. I really hope they bring that out. And
Speaking of theater experiences, last week or week before, I guess, we went to Philadelphia Man Center to see Return of the Jedi with the Philadelphia Orchestra.
Yeah, we did.
So you want to talk about movie experiences? We seen Empire like that in 2019. In 2020, they were supposed to do Return of the Jedi, but then of course the pandemic happened. So we've been patiently waiting for them to do Return of the Jedi. We finally got to see that, and that was just another incredible experience because it's just like, you're watching Return of the Jedi up on the screen as the orchestra plays along with the film. And of course they play it up in some parts and just go in. And then it's just awesome experience watching it with, literally thousands of people, cheering every time. Somebody comes on the screen for the first time. It's awesome. It's incredible.
Yeah.
So if they ever tour out your way, like do
you
whatever
bro.
Do whatever it takes. Yeah.
They do actually. John Williams and the London Orchestra Symphony actually they do a show in the Hollywood Bowl.
See, now I want to see that too, but that's a different experience. I think that's just John playing,
doing his own things,
doing the soundtrack, right? But this is.
But he has done Star Wars specifically,
where they show the film too.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I mean. I don't know if they
They've
showed the
done
film
that.
for him. Okay,
That's
cool.
incredible.
Yeah, that's
I believe they've done that.
incredible. Yeah, it's real.
Yeah,
It's really fun.
Yeah, I look forward to that one day, man. It's just nice just to be able to sit in that kind of atmosphere and just
no
experience like the live orchestra, just like the whole thing being composed while you're watching the movie, man. That sounds amazing.
Nothing like it.
Single songwriter says Babe Malbus is coming next year, bro. I hope you're right, man. I really
Me
do.
too, bro. Me
Fingers
too,
crossed, man. Yeah,
Me
fingers
too.
crossed.
They need to stop playing, bro, and just give it to us, man,
Mhm.
because it's definitely going to be worth it.
Yeah, no doubt. But yeah, I'm excited for Rogue One, man. So hopefully, soon. And then up next, guys, we got some dates set for Andor.
Yeah.
And on top of that, I love that this isn't no 6 series BS type of shit, dude.
12 episodes.
I mean, this
bro.
12 episodes. This is a full legit series, man.
Mhm.
So I'm excited for this. Look, we got. Unfortunately, it was pulled. It was supposed to drop, I think, like sometime next week or at the end of the month, actually, of August.
Yeah.
But it was pushed back to September 21st. But at least, again, they're giving us 3 episodes, which is great this time because, I mean, unlike Obi-Wan, that was already like half of the show when they first dropped them all.
First two, yeah.
Yeah.
Right, those first 2 is pretty much half the show. Now we've got a good about a quarter of the entire series of the first season, man, and
Yeah.
I love it. I'm excited for the fact that we're getting more episodes to actually have the story play out. But I'm also hearing other things that the story is kind of divisive in a sense. There are some that I actually saw. There's some reviews that came out, and it says it's going to be great, but expect there'll be a lot of again for the community to be divided. Once again. So I'm kind of like
Star Wars community divided. No,
I know, huh? Breaking news, right? In other words, water wet, right? In other
Yeah,
news.
exactly. And that's the thing is like you go in with you lowered expectations, not because you think it's going to be bad, but because the expectation is that it will be something completely different. I know that, he's talked about it and how he's been excited about how the film's progression takes place. And I mean, they have a firm belief in it because they already greenlit, season 2 already, which they're going to production soon as well. I'm going into it, like I said, I mean, again, cinematically, they have the same cinematographer. And I just think that it's going to give us the feel that we're looking for. It'll give me that. It'll still give me that Star Wars feel. I do want to actually see the underworld. I do want to see the political drama that goes back and forth. I'm very interested in Mon Mothma's story. And just to kind of get backstory on on Andor himself, on Cassian himself. Yeah, I can't wait, man. I definitely can't wait. I think that's going to be pretty dope. And the simple fact that we get the first 3 episodes, what is it, episode 1, 2, and 3 on the 21st? That's going to be crazy. So what we got?
Yeah, I can't wait, man. It's no surprise. I haven't really been super enthusiastic about it, but it's one of those where I'm just waiting to see what they give us. So I'm looking forward to. I love how important it is that instead of saying, oh, this character will be in it, or this this storyline it will be revolving around, we're all excited because of the cinematographer will be back for it. I mean, that was one of the leading roles for me in Rogue One was the cinematography. So I know if nothing else, if I don't like a single bit of the story or a single bit of the acting, I know I'm gonna love it visually.
Yeah, it's a gorgeous movie, man. So and again, visually, I'm sure the series is gonna be great.
I don't even know how many times I've watched it now, bro. I've watched it.
No.
I've had to have watched Rogue One over 100 times, bro. Literally. Over.
Yeah, AJ says that he did the Star Wars concert like about 10 years ago when it was actually touring and it was fantastic.
Yeah.
And wow, the first 3 episodes started off. That's a hell of a start. Yeah, man. Yeah, definitely. It took me a while to actually kind of warm. I mean, not that long, but the first couple of times I was like, okay, it's cool, but I think after seeing it probably the 3rd time, I was like, okay, because what threw me off, for me personally was seeing Tarkin. I couldn't get over the whole CG, how they did it, man. I just thought, to me, it looked bad,
Really?
It looked, I thought because the actor that they use, I don't know if you guys have seen him. He looks damn near like him. I think just by himself, he looked good enough where he can actually just play Tarkin directly instead of trying to CGI, CGI him and just bring him back, from the grave. But today technology's improved. We've seen it with Luke in the Book of Boba.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, he looks insanely great, I think.
Yeah.
So I think if they continue with the deep fake, man, it's gonna look. I think everybody's gonna look a lot better.
If they do that, if they do the deep fake, then definitely we'll get a better version of Tarkin. Yeah. What you saying, Vinny?
I was saying what's interesting is if you look at kind of like how some music is being brought to us now and solely on digital and how manipulated it's being after the releases, like case in point with Kanye and Life of Pablo and Donda, and how he just keeps switching up and rearranging the tracks after they've been released because it's digital and it just automatically updates. I wonder if we'll get to the point where there's no physical media and they can just, replace these CG or digital deepfakes with better technology, because all they have to do is just go in there and switch it up. We've seen Disney remove some scenes, remove some things, edit some things out to their own product that they have up for streaming. And I don't see any reason why they can't just go, okay, it's been 5 years, now the whatever that's on Disney Plus or Rogue One with Tarkin or whatever, now we're just going to just, add this in. And unless you had that physical copy of Rogue One, that's now changed for you forever. And they have no problem doing that. I mean, to many people, special edition Star Wars is the only edition.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, despecialized though. Big Dog Pound 1's in the house, man. Look at that. LWO, Viva La Raza. Hey, man, I appreciate you coming through, man.
Yeah.
LWO's a hit, man. People out there like it. So
love it, bro.
I'm really, I love it. I'm really grateful to everybody, man, that's enjoying the show. So it's fun. It's been fun.
Keeping that alive. I wonder how many people remember the original LWO.
Yeah, I know. I didn't even actually know that was a thing.
Yeah.
Oh, you didn't?
We were hanging out. No, because we were hanging out. We were hanging on someone else's channel, right? We're like, yeah, a bunch of, we're all Latino here just streaming. They're like, yeah, man, LWO. I'm like, oh, shit. All right. So we're like, let's just do something with it.
Yeah.
Man, people love it. So,
sorry, WCW's not around anymore. They can't do anything to you.
Yeah, rest in peace, Eddie Guerrero, dude. No, for real.
Hell yeah, bro.
And on top of that, so with all the Andor news, we got ourselves a brand new trailer, guys. We're gonna go take a look at it now. Look at that. So that last scene, man. That got. Let me go back.
Bro, I didn't even. The thing is, it's like when it became a thing, like when it was a conversation that people were looking at it, and it was like, yo, he got an AK in his hand. I'm like,
right. Who's looking at that? I mean, come on, man.
I wasn't even paying it any mind, bro. I wasn't.
Same.
I was like, pretty much every weapon that you actually see in the Star Wars universe is a modified version of a modern weapon that we've actually had, or even like historically weapons that we've actually had. So you come to expect it. So I didn't make a thing of it. I was just like, whatever. I didn't even pay it any mind until everybody started talking about it. You know what I mean?
It is funny though that they brought it to light, because now that I'm looking at it, I'm laughing at it. I'm not mad at it. It's there, but it's not a deal breaker at all, man. I mean, people just want to complain, bro.
Yeah.
Vinny, did you notice this, dude? That there was an actual AK?
Oh, we didn't watch the trailer.
Oh shit! Never mind.
No, it's all good. I seen a picture of it. I seen the picture of it. I thought it was funny because, I mean, Han Solo wears a vest. How do we know they have the same clothing on other planets? It's ridiculous. So why wouldn't they? If you look at it, I mean, so much of their weaponry. I mean, even the blaster just looks like a old German gun that just shoots lasers instead of bullets. It's pretty ridiculous.
Yeah.
I mean,
my bad, Vinny. I totally forgot.
No, it's all good. I was looking away, and you were playing audio, so I was fine. No, it's all good.
Okay.
Baze has like a 50 cal, like they're all
right.
They're all just tweaked versions. I mean, they're all just tweaked versions of actual guns. They're not, inventing the wheel here. So it's kind of silly, but that's what happens with Star Wars, man. There's so many people who just want to say something that gets them attention, and
Yeah.
it worked.
Seriously.
It worked.
Yeah.
With everything. I mean, some of it I think is like it's, you know, it's warranted. I think, in my opinion. You know,
Yeah,
in
for what it's
regards to
worth, they
giving,
do tend to kind of take whatever and then tweak it and put something weird
yeah,
on it to make it
but
look
it's not.
different.
But it's not
the
just a
times they
weaponry. I'm
don't,
just,
so what?
yeah, but it's not just a weaponry though, man. I'm just talking about just in general when everybody
Yeah.
expresses their thoughts and feelings just towards a new show. You know, I mean, everything it's all subjective, man, and everyone's gonna have like their own opinions on
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
You know, but I mean, I think there's some people that just like really want to pick it apart just for the sake of picking it
Just for the
apart.
sake of doing it, bro.
Also, you
Because
also have to keep
it's
in-
clickbait at the end of the day. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Pretty
You also
much,
have to
yeah.
keep in mind there's also people who are just trying to be funny, and then people go, "Oh
Mhm.
yeah, fuck them." And we're like, "Hold up, I was just playing." And that you know that happens too, right? Like you know, like I'm sure the first person to notice it probably said it as a joke, and then, "Oh yeah, here we
Probably.
found something to be mad about. Get the pitchforks and and the torches."
Yeah.
Yeah, Beskar Kid,
I don't
I
know,
know,
man.
man.
If that's what the community is upset about with the show, that there's a gun that doesn't look
Mhm.
sci-fi enough. If that's the worst thing you got to say about it, Star Wars fans got a lot to be happy about.
Yeah.
But do you see the shit in Marvel too, man? I mean, or any
All
other
the
comics,
time.
Marvel, DC
Oh, that's-
comics, really?
But see,
Oh,
that's what comes with popularity. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like I always look at stuff like that as a good thing. Silence, apathy is when you're in trouble.
AJ
If
says
people
the
aren't
lightsaber
talking,
was just
that's when you're in trouble.
Yeah.
a piece of lighting tube and or a
Yeah.
boom mic, if you remember
Yeah.
correctly. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. That made up the sounds but yeah.
Which
Yeah,
what
so-
makes for conversation is controversy. That's what makes for conversation, and people love
Mhm.
that. And the thing is, it's like, I mean, the thing is, it's like we live in a world of opinions. Opinions is is the foundation of everything that we know in society now, and that's to be welcome.
Yeah.
But the thing is, okay, the opinions are things that are it's totally different from, just, a level of. And the thing is, I hate to even use the word toxic anymore. I don't even want to use that because it's been overused. So I just kind of throw that out the door. It's just where people that you have opinions, but then you have people that want to be heard for all the wrong reasons. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
and I think that's basically what it is. You know what I mean? Star Wars. Here's the thing. Don't think that this is something brand new within the Star Wars universe. It's been divisive even before internet even kicked off. It's been divisive ever since 1977. When the movie dropped. So it's been divisive. It just hasn't been that vocal because we never had social media back then. So there's it's been a lot of conversations. It's just that now it's more vocal because we have these platforms where people can actually voice their opinions, and we see it. So it's shocking to us because we never seen it back then. It's like, damn, what the hell? Like,
That's
all
actually shocking to hear that it goes that far back, because to me, I didn't experience until 99 when the Phantom Menace came out.
Oh, bro.
Because after that we heard everybody from all from all walks of life, man. Oh, this movie, blah 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 blah, wasn't what I wanted, and
it's always, brother. That's why I'm telling you, when you watch when you watch the documentary, you'll ILM, when you watch it, you'll understand, because it has been back then, and a lot of it was documented. But it's just a simple fact that it's certain things that you have to read, as opposed to, like, we see it every day on social media. The minute you mention Star Wars in one feed, and somebody's going to attack it. You know what I mean? So that's just the minute you mention Marvel, somebody's going to attack it. DC, somebody's going to attack it. So you come to expect it now with some of these popular IPs, and like Vinny said, I mean, again, if people weren't talking about it, then it wouldn't be. That's when you know if something's right. When people are talking about it, that's when you know it's popular. If they're not talking about it, then you know what I mean. You end up with the first Fantastic Four. I mean, that Fantastic Four trash movie that we got.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's just one of those things, bro. But I mean, again, for those of us who love Star Wars and we embrace it, you know what I mean. We'll listen to it and be like, all right, let me just turn on Empire and I'm good. I'm straight. You know what
exactly.
I mean?
We can always default back to the original trilogy, man.
And I'm straight. Let me turn on New
And
Hope.
that's one of the things that I never understood when people say that the sequels or the prequels ruined my childhood. How? I mean, if you're a fan of the OT is always there, man. I mean, granted, George may have gone back and tweaked a couple things.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say that actually ruined your childhood, but the movies are still there, man.
Yeah,
You can always fall back to them. So I don't know. People are weird, bro. Eddie
Yeah.
Rodriguez is in the house. What's going on, man?
What's
Best
up,
Scar
Eddie?
Kid. Best Scar Kid. I'll say it I'll say it again. They're all a bunch of sensitive little bitches complaining about Reva figure they don't even have to buy.
Yeah, man. Best Scar, you said
Yep.
it right, my guy. Yes, my man. You already
Yep.
know. You already know, dude.
Maz Toy Box in the house. What's up, Maz? What's going on, man? Thanks for coming through, bro. But yeah, man, I want to get off of that topic, bro. But
Yeah, let's get off the topic. Let me just
going back actually to Andor real quick. I found this kind of interesting. So there was an article that came out in Empire saying that Andor is actually not filmed in the volume, which is a trip because I mean all of these. This is going to be the first Disney Star Wars movie or Disney Star Wars show actually that's not filmed on their on-stage screen. They actually went out in location and just shot everything practically, and just old school.
Yeah.
Which is
they decided to keep
nice.
it practical.
Yeah, man. I mean, I really appreciate that. So
Yeah.
it's gonna be interesting to see what they actually do with it, man. But
Yeah.
I mean, given everything that they've done, with the volume, I think they broke grounds with it from green screen.
Yeah.
And it was a huge from what I understand, it's a huge plus for all the actors because they actually see what they're working with and they have a better idea of like how to perform, and everything. But it's still not the same as going out on location and building these large elaborate sets, filming out, on location and just doing your thing. But this is going to be interesting.
Guess it all depends on what you're trying to accomplish. Like
Yeah.
if there isn't a lot of, if there isn't rankers running around the town, stuff like that, then you can get away from that type of, process that is probably more needed for shows like that. If you're dealing with more like grassroots on the ground type of stuff with more just, regular people with practical effects here and there, you can get away with, leaving a nest, so to speak.
Hey,
Yeah.
man, what you got there, dude?
Oh, I had to bring out Jen Urso, bro. You already know that.
You just had to come out and flex on everybody tonight.
Yeah,
huh?
I had to bring her out real quick. You already put
You
her up here.
gotta bring out the box and post her up.
You got it. We got to have
Give
her
her-
actually, give her some space. Let everybody, let her marinate a little bit while we had a conversation. Like, what? This is the reason why I brought this out is like when we talk about everything that people bitch about, these are the good things about. This is the best thing for me. Things like this is representation of how I feel about Star Wars, man. So definitely I had to bring her out. You know what I mean? So we talk about like everything that we got from like the sequels and from the everything that we love about just the OT, the original trilogy and the prequels and how bad the prequels were for some people. I quite enjoy certain elements of it. We talk about the sequels. What I mean? When we talk about sequels, we talk about or just like the modern age, like the new direction that they've taken. Rogue One is the best representation to me. You know what I mean? So we get good things from this. You know what I mean? So again, I mean, I can't say enough. Like, I mean, there's always some good things that come out of this. One of the things I did want to mention though about the volume though, because like we see the limitations of the volume. Yeah, it's a good idea for certain things, but there's also limitations. Like for instance, that scene that we actually got in Obi-Wan, when they're fighting in that small corridor. It's self-contained. There's not too many places that they go with all those people. That was filmed in the volume. You know what I mean? So it's just like, did that make sense for you to do that? No, like you should have, there's one, you can use the volume for certain aspects, but like you said, it's the mixed bag. You have to use the environment so you're not limiting yourself. You're not limiting the narrative. And I think that scene could have been stretched out a bit more if they played on the environment a bit more and just went more practical instead of just, being lazy and just relying on the volume to do everything. You know what I mean? It clearly wasn't big enough at times. You know what I mean? So
Right tool, right job.
Yeah. I mean, I think I can't help but wonder too. I mean, you think they might expand it? Could this be the time? Because now that they're actually filming on location, you think they can actually expand upon the volume just so they can make that soundstage larger, so they can accommodate, for bigger sets and scenes, that they need to, like you just mentioned.
Yeah,
maybe.
Yeah, I think that because the thing is, bro, like when we're talking about, what we see, what made. What created, we talk about ILM and stuff like that, but what made magic is in earlier stages, it was all practical. You know what I mean? Like when you talk about, Kirshner, when he filmed Empire, how they talked about he went out, they were in a hotel. They were trapped in a hotel during a snow blizzard. And they went outside the hotel to film that scene that we see Luke trudging through like the snow and the blizzard and stuff like that. It was filmed outside of an hotel.
Of a hotel.
Exactly. So they
Hotel room,
played
yeah.
off of the environment because that's what was provided. It's like you have to improvise. Certain scenes that George Lucas shot from the film were done in his backyard to capture certain things. You know what I mean? So again, playing off of that is the true magic and how you bring that thing to life. You take something out of nothing. When you're relying on everything that's digital in this digital world now, it's just like you're sort of like limiting yourself because you become lazy. You don't play on the environment. Everything looks too clean. I love the grit of environment. I love the grit and the crime of environment. I think that, the way Rogue One was filmed, the way we got that, it was incredible, bro, because they played off of the environment and it was a beautiful set, the way they basically did it. So I think that, they should rely on those things. You know what I mean? That's what we got from New Hope. That's what we got from Empire. We got environment. They went out. They basically went on locations. They found, great spots. But I think now is just the lazy way out because you just want to conserve and save money. So you just want to rely on the volume. It's not everything that the magic that we got from the Mandalorian isn't going to work for everything else. You know what I mean? I think it just kind of limits. So they just need to stretch that imagination a bit more like they used to. You feel me?
Riley says that it's Friday. It's still Friday, Leo. You're safe. Figure Flex Friday. Let's go.
You already know.
You're good, man.
You already know.
You're good. You're good, man.
The rest of the show. That's right.
The single songwriter says, as long as within the magic timeline of Star Wars, it's meant that's meant to so much growing up. I'll always enjoy it for what it is, dude. Yeah, truer words have never been spoken, my friend.
Yeah.
Who else we got going on? Rand says that I'm excited for Andor, especially after watching the Rogue One a couple weeks ago. Seriously, man.
Yeah,
I think it's definitely time for a Rogue One rewatch, dude. But I think I'm gonna go ahead and wait for it to come out in the theater again. So
yeah,
I'm excited for that. Justin McFly's in the house. What it do? What it do? What's going on, man? RMD says I feel like Andor series is going to age like fine wine, like Rogue One did.
Yeah.
I can definitely see that. It's
exactly.
Considering what I've seen so far, what people are talking about it, it's not going to be for everyone, but that's what Star Wars does. But we saw with the prequels. Right? Yeah, it just aged. I mean, now we see like everyone that grew up in that era are pretty much becoming, apologetic, for the prequels.
Yeah,
which is great. Yeah. I've always enjoyed them. I've always enjoyed the prequels, man. I mean, I didn't think some of it is bad. I'll give it that. I enjoyed the story, but I think the execution, left much to be desired.
Yeah,
but still, I still had fun with it and really, really enjoyed it. Beskar Kid said, I read some scenes that were filmed using the volume. Okay. We'll find out, man. I'm pretty sure it's going to be like fairly seamless new. What's the budget of the first season? Any guess? I don't know, man. I actually don't know what kind of budget they're actually allowing for some of these
with streaming shows. They don't have to release numbers like box office. We really know what they spend and what they make. I mean, Netflix too. Like, you don't know how many views or subs. Like, they're not obligated to release that information like they are with box office. So kind of, if they don't release it, no one knows. So I mean, that info is hard to get by.
The only thing that we know money was spent on, like, didn't they spend like $300 million on the Lord of the Rings? Wasn't it like the Lord of the Rings?
Amazon
series?
Was the one that actually disclosed their budget on the
$300 million
series. So that's gonna be crazy. That's around the corner too.
Yeah.
Isn't it? Isn't like sometime? Is it later this month or next month?
Eerily quiet. I've almost heard no hype on in my bubble of Lord of the Rings.
That's crazy.
News. I mean, I don't know anybody is actually talking about it. Just
in the coming weeks. In the coming weeks, man, there's going to be so much to digest with Lord of the Rings, with Andor, with She-Hulk, and Game of Thrones going on at the same time.
A lot.
Yo, with Disney, we're getting. I think with Disney, we're getting close to the point where we'll see overlap of shows because it's been so spaced, like a Marvel show for a month and a half, and then a Star Wars show for a month and a half. But they're starting to have so much stuff come out that it'll start being overlapping. And then once all the X-Men shit starts coming, they'll have no choice. It'll definitely be overlapping. So I mean, I'm looking forward to it. So
Eddie, I love your idea here. I would love to see someone in the community do a legit stop motion film with these figures. Man, that would take years
Yeah.
to actually get off the ground, man. Stop motion ain't no joke.
Nah, that ain't.
Single songwriter, yeah. John Favreau and Dave Filoni said that the more times you rewatch their shows, it makes the money to make more shows for us. They get paid off the rewatches also. That's interesting. Okay. All right. So the next topic, guys. Light and Magic came out, man.
Yeah.
And this was so freaking interesting, man. Full disclosure, I didn't finish it. I think I got it to like episode 5. I need to watch like 5 and 6, and that's it. So the last couple episodes.
Yeah.
So, but bro, you said you saw this thing twice already for all the way
Yeah, I
through?
binged the whole thing, bro. I binged the whole thing the first time, and then I watched it again, just to
Yeah.
make sure that I got, I caught everything, and to make sure that I didn't miss too much. But it the thing is, bro, like when you watch it, you really almost. This is what's crazy about it is that I really appreciate Kathleen Kennedy a lot more from watching this, because of what she did bring to ILM. What she has basically brought to Lucasfilm. And that she was a trusted person. So you got to respect. Like, a lot of people don't like some of the decision making, but you got to respect her journey. You got to respect the reason why she's forced to make some of the decisions that she makes, because she's living that life and she's been handed, that's been passed down to her, permission to do what she actually does. But with ILM, bro, just seeing like the advancement of so many different individuals, so many different walks of life, that came together to make something incredible. And then knowing in the very beginning, none of them knew what they were doing, and they just winged.
Exactly.
It was just a wing. They just winged. They was like, well, we're just winging. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We'll use our talent to make it come together. And like, struggles and through everything that they basically went through, we got the most iconic film of all time. Like, literally, the most, in $1 billion, a $4 billion, more than that now. It's more than four. It's way more than $4 billion. It is the top tier IP. Star Wars is just that thing, and how it actually has affected our lives. To watch this, bro, and I could not wait. I mean, if you saw the first documentary that was actually on Disney Plus, if you saw that, you couldn't wait for something like this, and it was so inspiring, bro, to know that ILM has been influenced not just Star Wars, bro, but so many films that we had no idea that they basically they had hands in, like, literally. And knowing, just seeing how, we went from, the practical era to like digital era, to a time where they didn't really think that we would actually have the practical era again, and it's still there. It's still alive and kicking. So, bro, I literally, like, I can't say it enough. This is a top tier documentary. I would tell any and everybody to watch it, because you get so much out of it, bro. Like, it's everything that I actually wanted, from just that journey, to know what George Lucas went through. And the thing is, the one thing I can say about George, though, and he said, listen, he'll even say it in the documentary, persistence is key out of everything. Because if you just give up, then you just give up. You might give up an idea that has been given to somebody else. Persistence is everything. And like, you see that with that, bro. It's like, it's true. I loved it. I loved every bit of it, bro. It's something that I tell everybody to watch it, then watch it again, then watch it again. Wait a few weeks, watch it again. Yeah, that's what I did, bro. I loved it.
It was really inspiring to see that. I mean, like you said from the very beginning, it just started off with one person. I think it was Joe Johnston that they had at the time, and they had like nothing to put together this movie. They basically outsourced. I mean, not outsourced, but they just recruited so many people that, like, it was funny to see, like, okay, I know a guy that could do this. Oh, and then that guy comes in. Oh, I know a guy that could do this. Yeah. And then that's how they all got together, just by, I mean, in a sense, kind of word of mouth, but just like someone, somebody knowing someone else and just applying their talents just to create, this iconic movie that we saw. But the thing is that what they went through, I mean, just for what George went through from the very beginning, that was so, I couldn't imagine how stressed that he was. He was out he was out shooting over there overseas
And it come back.
In London, right? And
Yeah.
they're over here. The guys over here at ILM, they're busting their ass. They're working tireless nights and days, putting everything together. They're kit bashing all kinds of models. They're creating their own technologies on top of it as well. They didn't have some of the camera rigs that they had, or some of
At
the ways to shoot
all.
some of these things at all.
Yeah.
It was crazy to see that they just developed technology for
Right.
cinema. It was
Yeah.
insane. And through all of that work that they did over the course of a few months or what have you, George comes back and says, "Okay, what do you got for me?" They only had 2 shots, 2 or 3 shots available for him, and that was it.
Yeah.
I could imagine just the way that he felt after that, the stress of actually coming down, because this movie is supposed to be done, soon. They have a deadline, and for him to come back and just only come back to that was like, it was insane, man. It was so. I felt the stress and everything that George was going through, man. I felt like I was there with him. So I love that the way that they told the story. So many little things. I mean, I love seeing the way they put things together. So Star Wars eventually, came through as a huge success. But then on the sequels too, we saw it for Empire, right? That's one of my favorite things that I saw is that I think it was Phil Tippett that was creating the Tauntaun. They were trying to figure out like how they can make it up. They went through so many. They went through so many concept drawings, and then when they found the one that they actually wanted to put together, for him to make the model, he had to go out, and just develop like fake skin.
Yeah.
And it was crazy the way that they said it, because they got some material, they added all kinds of stuff to it, they turned it inside out, they fed it to a bunch of like flies or something like that, man.
Yeah.
And it was crazy. They just ate off whatever that they needed. They turned it around, they cleaned it up, and they made Tauntaun fur out of it. The Tauntaun skin. It was so crazy. And
they actually used maggots, bro.
Maggots, that's what I meant. That was wild to hear that, dude. And then again, we also that was for Empire when they made the Tauntaun.
Yeah.
So go back and watch, Vinny. You got to check this out, bro.
What's insane is I've read and seen. I haven't seen this special yet, and it's on my list. And I can't wait to binge it. I've just been catching up on so much other stuff, but I've read and seen so much stuff like you guys over on IOM over the years, and their process of making this film, and it's the epitome of like lightning in a bottle. It's something that very, very unlikely to ever be replicated again, because the way movies are made now are such a different process. It's like it's such a homogenized experience now. It's like you have this, like it's so much more restraint. You have such a smaller window. It's the pressure that they had was insane, but it's almost like they wouldn't have had to worry about that pressure now, because they wouldn't have been able to get away with not having something as fast nowadays as they did. Like they had so much room for error back then, and it allowed them to make this film the way that they made this film. Like they made this film like it was almost like it was a high school art project, where it was just guerrilla filmmaking on the ground and figuring it out as you go along, as opposed to here's a head running the shots and micromanaging every decision with everything already have, like it's done so differently nowadays. And that is part of why that magic that films in the late 70s and the 80s, literally don't feel the same anymore, because now it's amazing things that happen now in films, but it is formulated amazing things that come pre-packaged. Like so much of what we've seen that's amazing that we've seen over the past decade or so is a lot of it is stuff that was already created on a page, and it was just properly ported over, but this was, everything was coming from these incredible talents with their own bare hands, figuring out and problem solving on the fly. They weren't bringing in an expert on ship blueprints and architecture. They were figuring it out as they go. They weren't bringing it. They were literally creating technology to do the shit that they needed to do. It's almost as unbelievable as Doc Ock creating AI arms in order to build a fusion reactor. Like, hold up, that was supposed to be the tough part, and here you did something, a miracle, in order to do the work that you were trying to do in the first place. So it's impossible. It's really such an incredible and amazing thing that Like just think about how insane it is that they, developed a visual art studio out of this film that now does stuff for other companies. Makes their films magic. It's really just there's
Yeah.
the reach of Lucas and his team over the
Mhm.
entirety of Hollywood and pop culture in general is just immeasurable.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
immeasurable.
Yeah, Vinny, when you actually see this documentary, dude, it's everything you just said. But when you actually see it happening, the way they're telling the story, man, I think you also develop like a new appreciation
Yeah.
Absolutely.
for what they've been through and how things have gone. Because it sounds like you already know what's up and you already know what they've been through. But just to see it again,
I can't wait to watch it because I'm
insane.
sure there's going to be stuff that I haven't seen and didn't know, and I can't wait to see all
Mhm.
that stuff. Like as an
Yeah.
artist, so much of what has inspired me since I was a kid was Ralph McCoy. Like watching,
Yeah.
seeing his
Mhm.
old shit, and just thinking about how, like how much of what, because like when you're young, I remember growing up thinking, oh, it's just George Lucas and he just like created this Star Wars world, kind of like how a lot of
Yeah.
kids think Stan Lee just created all of Marvel. It's like,
Yeah.
Mhm.
yeah, here's there's, and then it just branches out like a spider web of all these decisions that he really delegated someone to do, and then
Mhm.
they delegated a team to do, and then each member of that team, it's like a pyramid scheme. So many different hands in that pot making this
Yeah.
thing work, and it's like you have, you know, but at the head of this, you have, it's almost like Lucas did have this power as basically a nobody, as opposed
Mhm.
to like nowadays a nobody isn't going to come in and create a franchise out of thin air like he did.
Yeah.
You would have
Mhm.
too much, you would have all these suits stopping you and questioning you every step of the way. And not that
Mhm.
they didn't
Yeah.
give him shit, but clearly, like they gave him enough leeway to make these mistakes and give him
Yeah.
these, like I don't think that is a type of process that would be even fathomable today unless you made it all on your own with your own money and then brought it to a studio,
Right.
but not already
Yeah.
brought to a studio like Fox and then them letting you just figure it out for a year and then come back to
Yeah.
them when you're ready. That don't happen now.
No.
Yeah.
No, not at all. One of the things I thought was brilliant, dude, is that just some of the to see some of the camera tricks that they pulled off. Like for instance, the shot when they go into light speed, right? In the beginning from A New Hope, you see the Han and Chewie in the cockpit. The stars are starting to stretch, and then you see the Falcon just take off. As the camera just kind of twists like that. So the way they shot that, I thought it was hilarious, man. Because they used a full scale. What was it, like a 4 foot, 5 foot model or something like that? The
Mhm.
Falcon originally, they had that large model, but the problem was is that the camera couldn't go far back enough to actually film it like
To
that
fit it in. Yeah.
to fit it in the shot. So what they ended up doing is that the DOP, he ended up taking a Polaroid of it, right? Cut it out, and then they just did their own tricks where they applied it on some glass, reshot it, and then created the effect like that, just all based off
Yeah.
of a Polaroid.
Off a
It was
smaller Polaroid
it was
shot.
the craziest thing, man. Just to see how they improvised, on some of these shots, it was just incredible, man.
Yeah.
And,
That's
and,
what.
and
Yeah.
nowadays they would just Photoshop it however they needed to. And that's
Oh
why
yeah.
it was so much more impressive because they had to figure out practical applications, and in many ways, it's I think it's why so many people respect the practical applications in these films because they had to figure out a way for them to do something like that and make it look good, as opposed to when you're doing it with CGI, it's so cost prohibitive that it's like, oh, if they got the shot, they got the shot. It doesn't even matter if it looked good or not. If it looks kind of sketchy, it's like, it's done. With practical, it was like, oh, it's just man hours, so let's just get it done. It's
Yeah.
almost like it was, you had more time, and you had not more time, but you had more, budget to figure out how to do the shot because you're just working with models.
Yeah. Well, it is
So-
clearly this showed like the oversaturation of digital and
Yeah.
oversaturation of the special effects that we actually it showed. I mean, this documentary showed that how they learned that even from those mistakes that practical was still important.
Yeah.
And how even like they had to go back to some of the earlier individuals that actually developed these practical tricks. They had to go back to them and go back to the well to kind of recreate. I mean, because again, what they learned from, from the prequels, what they learned from, just the Phantom Menace and stuff like that was that oversaturation of too many effects just doesn't do the job. It doesn't do the trick, and it doesn't give you the same feel. So they learned that. When you watch the documentary, you'll understand like how, important the practical era was, and how everybody who worked at ILM then, like I said, they were unsure. It had some people who basically went from practical to digital because they had to actually, it was a safe keep and they had to have a job and stuff like that. But most of the ones who stuck to practical just said, you know what, we'll live this until it ends. But yet and still it hasn't ended because it's still a space for them, and it's still they show that appreciation for it. That's what I loved about it, is that they learned to bridge the gap between both to make something successful.
The brilliance is when you master the practical, I feel like it helps the digital so much more. Like as a traditional artist, I love the way I do art, and like that's my preferred taste. But when I look at digital art, sometimes, and I'll be honest, sometimes I'm like, it's this. But the digital artists I respect the most are the ones I know that can draw on their own traditionally. And I feel like they often produce some of the best digital content because they already know how to draw. They're not using the computer to hide their their lack of talent or whatever. They're just bringing it to the next level. So when you have a company that knows so much about the practicality applications, when they go to digital, they're just transferring that talent to that medium, and that's how you get scenes from these Star Wars CG in their scenes that have held up. I mean, like look at what this team did for Jurassic Park. That film, how many years it's been? Almost 30 years, and you could put Jurassic Park in right now, and you would think that film came out recently. Like it's insane, and I feel like that's because these people like know what they're doing on a practical level and just brought that over. And all that R&D, all that research, all that time, all that effort and blood, sweat, and tears on making these films from scratch, I think is what made them so good at doing it, digitally, because they just applied that, to the next level.
And that's the thing is, shout out to like all stop motions as well, man. Shout out to those who created that. They were like the innovators, pioneers of what we got now.
Exactly. Single songwriter. I was happy the way they used the practical techniques and made a physical Razor Crest and filmed it the original ILM way.
Yeah, they did. And that's what made it better. I think.
Yeah, you can obviously tell he was walking in a real, physical thing.
Yeah, it definitely it made it so much better the way they filmed it. The way you seen like some of the past shots, the shots when it's just passing, and how they were able to just kind of apply the practical tricks with just camera angles, stuff like that. I mean, it gives you an appreciation for a company like ILM. Like ILM was Google before Google was Google. You know what I mean? Because once you were in, like once you got an ILM, it was just hard to get out because people just loved it. When you see it and see how like these individuals were, it just became more of a family environment where they relied on each other. And the success of that, they didn't know, like these guys didn't know that they would ever and couldn't even fathom that they would possibly win an Academy Award for the effects that they actually came up with. When they took they made something out of nothing, and they just did it
literally.
They made it from a box of scraps, like straight up like Tony. But yeah, like
Tony Stark in the cave,
exactly, bro, in the cave. But that's the thing, like it just shows you how dedicated they were. To making not just themselves look good, but just the franchise, George Lucas, and everything. And on top of that, bro, like the brilliance of George Lucas to sit back and see that he assembled such a great and awesome team, and he had that belief, in it, bro. Like that's what I'm saying. Like, man, this man, like literally, and I say this often. I owe, not just my family and not just my mother and my father, but technically, I owe George Lucas my life because he's the person who, following him, like literally, bro, like Star Wars is what it helped me to expand my imagination. It helped me to basically see the world in a totally different light, and it kind of welcome all walks of life, different individuals, and just kind of commune with individuals to help expand my creativity. Is everything that I've learned from these films and this, studying, and learning everything I knew about, George Lucas and his journey. His imagination and how his influences were like, bro, like literally without George, hardly any of us would have known anything about John Williams and his scores and
Oh
his,
yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah,
Without George, we
definitely.
would have known that. Like, and literally everything that I know, bro, you can turn on a movie and you automatically know if it was a John Williams score. You feel me?
He has that stamp, man.
He has a
That
distinctive
you know
sound.
distinct exactly.
You know what I mean? Like,
Exactly.
and you know it, and it just feels that way. So it's just how Lucas is able to assemble these individuals, and he gets actors. He takes no names and make them something. You know what I mean? And I like that. I like how that actually works and it's effective. Again, a lot of people don't like. We talk about this all the time. Like, people didn't like the prequels. Years later, now people embrace the prequels for what they gave us. People don't like the really sequels right now. Years later down the line, we may feel certain ways about them, but other people will actually embrace them and enjoy it. And that's just the magic of knowing that, down the line, it does progress, and you'll gain a new respect and perspective about what was created. And that's, I can only get that from George. Like Raiders of the Lost Ark, bro, like that right there, that film, is just the second coming of what it was to me to basically sit back and watch action adventure films with my pops and my mom. You know what I mean? Like that, again, a lot of these, and the sound effects that we actually get, there's no other movie that will connect, that I will be able to embrace like Star Wars when it comes to sound effects, bro. Like, it's just those.
And they were up on a rooftop banging antennas to get the blasters. Like, you wouldn't do that now. Now it's just a soundboard.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, the creativity, man, it was really there, and in a sense, I do hear what you're saying as far as how that creativity sometimes can get lost during translation in the digital age. It's just become, while it's convenient, it's not as like I guess impactful in a way to go out and try to like discover the stuff yourself. When it comes to like we mentioned earlier with the technology that they develop, with the camera rigs, all the way down to the sounds, trying to go out and just trying to find a mismatch of different sounds, to make something sound like it's supposed to sound in the movie. Right. And like you said, Vinny, all that's done like with the click of a button, or with the click of a mouse, or it's on a soundboard or on a soundboard. But it's still, yeah, man, they killed it with this documentary, man. I need to go back and finish it, 100, and it was really exciting to see.
Once you get past it, like, you just gain such an appreciation for everyone who came in and pretty much put their stamp on the things that we basically enjoy. Like, even like, bro, Vinny, wait till you watch how they came up with the Millennium Falcon, bro. Like, wait till you see that. Like, wait till you see just that particular scene. Like, I mean, that
different concepts and everything.
Different concepts. You'd be like, yo, damn. And here's the thing, bro. What I love about it is that when we talk about Ralph McQuarrie, bro, even now in the Star Wars universe, people go back to those earlier concepts and they draw from them to say, okay, this has never been used. I'm gonna use that, because that's what you can still get from Ralph McQuarrie, bro. You always know that you can get something from him as an artist. You can go back, dip in, and grab certain things that that hasn't been used. And I wouldn't be surprised if we, in some of these, in the new trilogies, or then like some of the new shows, that we actually see, some of the stormtroopers with lightsabers again. You know what I mean? Like, if we
can you imagine?
Can you imagine seeing that, bro? Like, I mean, it's the realm of possibility of things that we can actually see, because again, there's so much material that we can go back and draw from and bring into modern times and say, you know what, I love the way that looks, and I know where you got it from because I remember those shots from this particular point. So yeah.
When we talk about dream projects, I would love an animated series done McQuarrie style.
Yeah, hell yeah.
That's one of my dreams.
Rebels was kind of that. If you go back and watch it, man, they did introduce a lot of those
It's definitely, like, you look at Vader's like sharp lines and the contrast, but like thinner sabers, like more like hard angles and lines. It's just McQuarrie stuff is going to be in a way kind of starting to be kind of like like your Van Goghs or your Picassos, where even like those throwaway sketches that people found, and it's like, oh, this is something that he, didn't even mean to like put out, and then people are like, wait, why? This was amazing. So the stuff that was trash to him, or it just wasn't meant to even be released, is going to be like revered and probably used or inspire future projects. Is just an incredible talent in mind. So he's So seeing stuff like this from creative, individuals who put so much work into, making this first movie and future movies, laying the groundwork, which is the hardest part because it's easy to go back and say, oh, this is this huge world. I'm going to add my little piece to it. And then now we have something, new. But they were starting from fucking scratch.
Yeah, definitely. Man, can I say Beskar Kid, bro? He never misses leg day, bro. He looks like he can kick a moose. He can kick a moose through a field goal post, bro. Like straight up, bro.
You're not lying, dude.
Bro, he
like
does.
Seriously, bro.
Bro, he's
literally, man.
He's straight up, bro.
Can you imagine, dude, if we like had him as a personal trainer, man? We'd like whoop all of us into shape, bro. Sure.
Whoop your ass, bro, and then make you watch Star Wars afterward.
He'd be just doing calf lifts with Beskar.
He'd be like, "Yo, give me 100 leg presses.
Mm-hmm.
Now go watch Rogue One."
Exactly, huh? He pushed you really hard, man, and rewards you after the fact, man. I love Beskar Kid, bro. Yeah, man. That was a fun discussion, man. There's a couple more things I want to talk about, but it's kind of borderline rumors. I don't know if y'all want to get into that with the Acolyte.
Whatever, okay.
Because I'm hearing whispers of a certain character actually starting to show up in there.
What's up?
So we have someone laid out like the outline of what it's supposed to be, right? It's all, it's all older Republic stuff, which is cool. But I'm hearing whispers of Plagueis starting to show up, possibly showing up in the Acolyte.
Oh yeah.
So I don't know if y'all might have heard that.
I've heard flashbacks of him. I've heard flashbacks of Revan. I've heard even Malik. Like I've heard so many different rumors of who we are, like even Palpatine, like earlier urges, like of the Ruler 2. We will basically see how the Ruler 2 was developed. Like I've heard so many different things, and I'm just like, you know what? I'll definitely wait and see it. I'm glad that we, finally got confirmation, and she made it the confirmation that, she said, because she even put up on her post, she's so excited she can finally announce that she's part of the Acolytes. Amanda, what's her name? Amanda Stein, what is her name? Amanda Steinfeld or Steinfeld or something like that. Yeah. She basically, finally made that announcement. And it sounds like it's going to definitely be an interesting story of where they're going, and there's so much potential for it because so basically it's so much that we, the potential of what we can actually see, especially with the Acolytes being it's from the perception of the Sith. I love that, bro. I love that. I mean, because the thing is, when we think about it, like the Jedi, fine and cool, but the Sith have always been interesting, bro. Like we always watch to see what new version of a Sith that we're going to actually get. And I think that's been missing from a lot. You know what I mean? To finally see that, I'm excited.
You know what I think you might be worried about, Mario? I think that in a weird way, they might be afraid of using some of these Old Republic characters who are so OP compared to Vader and Palpatine, because they might want to protect, that legacy, as opposed to introducing like a nihilist who's able to like absorb planet life force. You know what I mean? Like they might not want. I think they like their discussion of who would win between, Vader, Maul, that type of stuff. And then when they get to, your OP guys like, like Starkiller and Bane and Nihilus, I don't know. I feel like if they do them, they'll be nerfed.
But it'd be nice for them to expand upon that because, I mean, it's great to have Maul, Vader, and Palpatine, but I mean, there's so much more in the lore, with the Sith. Like you said, Revan, Malik, Bane, Plagueis.
I think if they do them, they won't be what people expect, because I don't think they want to go and bring in these characters and have them be so much more, because in the books it was no big deal because it wasn't, I don't know, I feel like it was kind of, that's what fans wanted. They wanted to see somebody do some more impressive stuff because you could just build and build and build. But I think they're now would be more worried about protecting, your Vaders and Palpatines and your strong characters already.
But who could benefit, man, from something like this? I think Revan, dude. Considering that his armor, his helmet is Mandalorian, right? And Mandalorian is like the hot thing right now. So from a perspective of starting off as a Jedi,
that.
Right? So you start off as a Jedi, you get your armor, fall into the ways of the Sith, die, and then after that become even more powerful, you know, in death and come back and resurrect yourself. There is so much they can do with Revan, man. And I think that they can have a huge hit on their hands just from Revan alone.
Yeah, bro.
You know, and then bringing Malik alongside with them. There's so much history that's there.
So much.
I would love to see that, man.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I think that Eddie. See you later, Beskar. I got to get them legs.
Beskar kid, man.
You got to get that leg. This leg day. I see you, brother.
we're wrapping soon. We're wrapping soon, actually, Beskar kid. Appreciate you coming through, man, as always.
You make an excellent point, bro. They can definitely benefit from that because, again, you know, living in the realm of the Mandalore right now, I definitely, I think that you know something that could potentially be one of the, you know, the good points and best spots of that, you know what I mean, to kind of bring it up, a perfect opportunity to do it.
I could see them trying to get Keanu Reeves and just going nuts with it.
Yeah. We did.
Speaking of going nuts, what's up, my hermano or brother LWO, man, P-Rock? What's going on, man? Thanks for coming through, bro. It's always a pleasure to see you in the house, bro.
P-Rock, you know, P-Rock got that raspy.
You got that voice, man. He talking like hella deep like this. He just sound like hella sexy, you know. That's just P-Rock.
P-Rock and CL Smooth.
Yeah, P-Rock. P-Rock and CL. P-Rock and CL Smooth.
There you go. But yeah, guys, I think we're gonna go ahead and wrap, man. We went ahead and got on for about an hour and a half. We had a decent chat.
Yeah,
it was nice.
Yeah, decent ass flow, bro. Straight up.
Yeah, man. Held it down, the three of us without the ladies. I'm not gonna lie, I miss the ladies, man. But you know,
hell yeah, bro.
They had other obligations, man. We got, you know, we're doing the damn thing. But so yeah, let's check in and see what's everybody got going on. Vinny, thanks for coming through tonight, man. What's where can the kids find you, man, and what you got going on?
Yeah, you can check out my stuff at Vincent Dunn Art. It has a link to my store and store. And if you're in the area, I'll be doing a signing tomorrow in Palmyra, PA, and Comic Books and Paperbacks Plus. And you know, after that, I'll be just working on some new pieces. Season's my regular job is letting up a little bit. I'm getting a little bit more free time here, so I'm looking forward to getting a bunch of new art down the pipeline and have so much on my list of things in my head I need to get down on paper. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to Andor and all the Star Wars goodness coming our way. And I can't wait to see what they got next, man. It's always fun to be a Star Wars geek, man, for sure.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
You, as always, catch me on Comic Book Talk with Friends on Mondays at 9:15 or so on Layout's channel.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I love tuning in right now to Comic Book Talk with Friends, man. You guys have some killer discussions, and especially whenever a new Marvel show comes out. Yeah. Because I go into these shows, I know like little to nothing about everybody. And you guys like really, really break it down, just give me that back history and what we're supposed to expect from these characters, man. So you guys are doing your thing, man. I really appreciate you guys.
They've kind of ran through, for the most part, a lot of their big top tier characters, or are saving some of those for the films. And with Disney Plus now, they're getting to explore it with some of their more niche characters, and being a comic book heads, we know about them too, and we're so excited because growing up, who thought we never thought we'd get a She-Hulk or Moon Knight I spent most of my childhood hoping one day we did get to see Spider-Man on screen, and now we get to see
multiple iterations.
It's crazy. It's
crazy. Definitely.
Insane.
Definitely.
I'm taking it all in. Like it's just an amazing time to be alive and be a fan of Marvel and Star Wars and even DC, because you know what?
Yeah.
It's all, there's so much possibility and potential out there, and it's like there's such a market for everything geek out there. It's such a great and accessible time to be a fan of the stuff that we're a fan of, because there was very large period of time where it was tough to get anything made, anything done, and you just had to count on, books, and that's great. But it's awesome also seeing it on screen.
Yeah, definitely, man. I, for one, am excited to see what you guys are going to talk about on Monday with She-Hulk, because I love the first episode, man. Fun. So I'm really, I'm excited to hear your thoughts, man. So
absolutely.
Speaking of Comic Book Talk with Friends, Leo, man, thanks for coming through as always, bro. Co-host, with the show.
Come on,
and, man.
Bro, I'm sorry, we got the number one
magic beard, bro.
We got the number one Star Wars show on YouTube. Sorry to say that. We gotta say that, but I think I think that is facts. But I think I'm done now because I was, P Rock was on he was on vacation, so I think my voice I'm done filling in for him. So P Rock back. I was holding you down while you was away. I hope I made you proud, but you can come back and take the spot with your voice, bro. So anyway, P-Rock's that guy, bro.
Honey Lobsters.
Bro, he's that guy. But no, nah, yeah, man. I'm so what I brought. It's not just about comic book talk with friends. Like when we have those discussions, bro. Like again, it's from the heart, and I love this. We can have that back and forth banter live on the show because everybody knows that it's not rehearsed. But at the same time, it's like it's that we all get along. Like we all get along. It's just that we're so passionate about it, and I think that's the same thing that we allude here in Scoundrels. We're so passionate about Star Wars, so we can go deep into those discussions that people don't really talk about. It's not about just the shows and the numbers. It's behind the scenes, bro. It's like the things that we tackle, things that we actually see that we appreciate. When we talk about the concerts that we've been through, when we talk about ILM. We talk about the collectibles. We talk about like just the nostalgia, sheer nostalgia that we actually got from some of these IPs. That's what makes it important. And I think that's why people tune in and watch these shows because we're so connected. But yeah, man, you know what? It's again, like it all starts with an idea. Comic book talk with friends was an idea that I've been pitching with Vinny. We've been talking about this for years. We've been going through like
we were doing comic book talk with friends on sidewalks.
On sidewalk
in living rooms.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like this is how it was, like sidewalks and living rooms after a movie. You know what I mean? Now we can actually share these discussions with everyone else, and they can tune in. You know what I mean? Same with Scoundrels. You know what I mean? We can actually share these discussions with everybody else who can relate to the things that we actually love. And we have these like, I mean, who would have thought that I can talk about She-Hulk on Mondays and talk about Andor on Thursdays? I mean, that's the best of both worlds, bro. Like straight up, like when we talk about those particular things and stuff that we actually grew up with, and see innovation and evolution in these IPs, and also we've been there with the bad, and we can survive. We can survive through the bad to actually see good happening. So again, man, like that's the beauty of this community and what we actually bring to the table. And who knows, like. You never know if like somebody like Lucas is sitting down watching us is like, I never thought about that. You know what I mean? I never do that.
Shout out to George, man.
Yeah, shout out to George Lucas, bro. Like, I mean, I appreciate him so much for everything that he has done for my life. You know what I mean? So again, to actually sit down, same as Stan Lee, same as people like even Jack Kirby, definitely Steve
Jack Ditko, Kirby. Bob King,
Bob King, all these individuals, bro. Some of the main artists, that have actually contributed their work, that don't get enough shine. You know what I mean? From a musical prowess, somebody like John Williams, who's actually come in, and just changed, the spectrum of what we know now as this music and classical themes and stuff like that. So again, we get a chance to basically appreciate this stuff, man, and that's how we live. So. Again, with that basically being said, man, I love this show. I love comic book talk with friends. I love the community. And this is what we try to bring to the table as content creators. So think about that when a whole bunch of other bullshit that's lame and those discussions that have nothing to do with what is fun about it, you can find that here. So again, that's all I need to say.
Absolutely.
All right. Don't even want to plug anything other shows that's coming up?
No, because I think that
all right.
About this. We're talking about comic book talk with friends. We're talking about Uncivilized Scoundrels.
That's right.
Yes. Okay. Now, one thing I do want to talk about, that yes, we do have this running theme right now, and I'm doing this basically from now to mid-October, and that is the Halloween initiative. It's for the kids. Definitely all for kids. All proceeds, any type of super chat that you actually donate goes towards getting the less fortunate children out there costumes, especially within our area, especially with the school system, charity for like, the women's shelters and, cancer organizations. That's what that's actually going to go through. So these kids can know what it feels like to have an imagination and expand on it. So the buying costumes is something that I'm doing right now. So yes, we are doing the Halloween initiative that way. And also on Sunday, tune in. On Sunday, I want to let the cat out the bag, but I'm trying to wait. But should I do it on Civilized? I just want to let it out. So
it's up to you, man.
Listen, tune in on Sunday because that's going to be like Sunday. We're going to it's going to be a raffle. So we're We're gonna do a raffle, and the raffle, what's been donated in this raffle right now, what has been donated is a Jazz Inc. scavenger, bro. The Jazz Inc. Jazz Inc. Scavenger that we'll actually have. So definitely, you want to, yeah, with the wingspan, yes, that's actually being donated.
Okay,
be a raffle for that. So definitely that's going to be announced. We're going to have the full raffle exclusive, and you know how you can actually participate. But yes, for everybody who's basically wanted a vulture, you get your chance to get it. That raffle is going to be it's going to start on Sunday. So tune in, Uncivilized Scoundrel at 12 o'clock. That is going to be, and that was actually that was donated. Let me actually go in here real quick, because he wanted me to kind of let y'all. He didn't want me to let y'all know, but I'm like, nah, fuck it. Everybody has to know. The person who donated was Funky Cold Santa. He's the person.
Wow, what a guy, man! Funky Cold Santa
sent me a message today. He was like, "Yo, check this out, bro." He was like, "Are you still doing the Halloween initiative?" I said, "Yes, I am." He said, "What I want to do is I want to donate this figure." He said, "I'm donating. I'm putting it in. I'm sending it out to you right now." And he sent it. It's on its way here. It should be here next week. But yes, it is the Iron Scavenger. It is the vulture figure that everybody's been. You might. I know a lot of people might be waiting for Hot Toys and other, but you get a chance to get one for free through me, or not actually just not for free, but if you basically don't, if you actually get in on the raffle. I think it's going to be limited. It's not going to be a lot of money, so it's not going to be over expensive. We don't want to break people, but you can actually cement your place in the raffle. But any type of proceed again is going to go towards the Halloween initiative. But definitely, man, Funky Cold is the goal. So yes, we will announce that and get more details. I'll have everything ready for Sunday for Collectors Lounge International. So definitely, watch the show. And again, back here again, we got Comic Book Talk with Friends on Monday, and then back for Uncivilized the week after next on the 16 Scale Man YouTube channel. Who knows what we're going to be preparing for indoor stuff like that. And who knows, I might have the key to Vinny's room. Well, you never know. We might actually figure out everything. So again, things might happen. We just have to kind of wait and see. We'll see.
Shout out to Funky Cold Santa, man, for coming through like that. That's an amazing gesture, dude. And thank you so much, man, for what you're doing for this community. Thank you guys for coming on. I want to thank everybody out in the chat for coming through tonight, man. I mean, we got our own views going on here. Again, the best Star Wars show on YouTube right now on a Friday night. So I want to thank everybody for absolutely coming through tonight, man. It was a blast hanging out and just talking Star Wars to everybody, man. So yeah, we'll see you guys in a couple weeks on the 16 Scale Man channel.
Yeah, let's go.
Until then, man, be safe out there. Be kind to one another.
Yes.
And always remember,
may the Force be with us.
See y'all next time.
So uncivilized.